All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Professor Derek Anderson. The subject for today will be subject-verb agreement, fragments, and run-on sentences. So we will get started. All right. So first, we'll talk about sentence review. A sentence has a subject and a verb and makes a complete thought. Another name for a sentence is an independent clause. Okay. Here are a few examples of a complete sentence. Tom laughed. Because she exercises regularly, she is in good condition. It has been raining all day. Be quiet. The subject you is understood. He's quiet and he's very polite. Compound sentence. Okay, so just some examples and we'll continue. All right, next, the fragment review. A fragment is only a piece of a complete thought that has been punctuated like a sentence. Fragments can be phrases or dependent clauses or any incomplete word group. Here are some examples of fragments. Let's take a look at these three. The first one, and walked alone to the store. That's a prepositional phrase fragment. Next, walking to the store. She saw a car accident. That's a present participle phrase. And because she exercises regularly, she is in good condition. That's dependent adverb clause fragment. So we have different types of fragment, but as you can see, these sentences are not complete. They're not dependent clauses. Okay? So I'm going to highlight the fragments. Alright? What I've highlighted is three fragments. To the store is not a sentence. Walking to the store is not a sentence. Because she exercises regularly is not a sentence. Okay? So I've highlighted those. So just take note of fragments and we'll continue to go on and learn. Alright, so now we're going to do a little fragment review. So let's keep in mind that there are three common ways to correct fragments. Number one, connect two fragment sentences. Two, remove words. Three, add words. Alright, so let's look at the first one together. Connect two fragments sentences. Alright, so Anne walked all alone to the store. So this is before and after. So I'm underlining in red before and I'm going to underline in green after. Okay, which is the correct way to fix it. Okay, so Anne walked all alone, period, to the store. Okay, this is going to become Anne walked all alone to the store. Okay, next, walking to the store, period, which is a fragment. Okay, and then we have a sentence that says she saw a car accident. What we're going to do now is fix that, and now it's going to be walking to the store, she saw a car accident. Alright, now number two, remove words. Because she exercises regularly, which is a fragment, so I'm going to underline the fragment. Okay, and I'm going to change it to a independent clause in a sentence. So she exercises regularly. She is in excellent condition. Okay. Also add words. Okay. So before, because she exercises regularly is a fragment. Okay. She is in excellent condition. And that's going to change to she feels great because she exercises regularly. She is in excellent condition. Okay? So again, here we went over the three common ways to correct fragments. And again, I've underlined in red the fragments and also underlined in green the correction in order to correct the fragment. All right, and then next we're going to talk about run-on sentences. A run-on sentence occurs when two sentences are running together without a proper punctuation or connecting words. One type of run-on, the fused sentence, occurs when two sentences are written together without any punctuation. For example, Joe was happy about the raise he felt like celebrating. Fused sentence. Okay. Another type, comma splice, occurs when a comma is used between two sentences without any connecting words, such as and, but, or, nor, for, so, and yet. Okay? Those are called coordinating conjunctions. Okay? Study these examples. This is important for you to understand. Alright, and so it says, Joe was happy about the raise. He felt like celebrating. Comma spice. Okay, so now we'll talk about run-on sentence review. How do you correct a run-on? Okay, number one, put a period or a semicolon between the sentences. For example, number one. Let's look at number one here. Joe was happy about the raise. Semicolon. He felt like celebrating. Okay. So also thing to remember is that when you're connecting with a semicolon with two independent clauses, now if you use a semicolon, then this sentence and this sentence are now one sentence. So we're going to just lowercase and h here, capital. Let me see if I can erase that. Okay, lowercase h. All right. 2. Connect two related sentences with a comma followed by a coordinated conjunction. And, but, or, nor, for, so, and yet. So for example, in this sentence, let me get it green. Joe was happy about the raise. So he felt like celebrating. Okay. Number 3. Connect two related sentences with a semicolon and a transition word. Transition words are however, therefore, thus, then, or as a result. Okay? So Joe was happy about the raise. Consequently, he felt like celebrating. Okay? So what you did is you connected two related sentences with a semicolon. Okay? So this is a sentence here, a complete sentence, and this is a complete sentence. In order to join them together, you have a semicolon here in addition to a transition. Okay. Number 4, create a complete sentence with a dependent clause word. Because, if, although, when, who, which, etc. So this example, first one, because Joe was happy about the raise, comma, he felt like celebrating. Joe, comma, who was happy about the raise, comma, felt like celebrating. Again, number 4, create a complete sentence with a dependent clause word. Because, if, although, when, who, which, etc. Okay. Please note that you can rewatch this this PowerPoint presentation on subject-verb agreement and fragments as many times as you would like, in order for you to grasp the concept of how to prepare fragments in order to make them sentences. All right, guys, so taking what we've learned, we have a little activity here. We're going to label as a fraction F, run on sentence R, or C if it's correct. All right. So number 1, the one who looks like a military officer but acts like a brat. Is that a fragment, run on sentence, or is it correct? Fragment. No one I know watches that television show. I can't believe it. It's correct. All right. The best way to improve your writing, period, analyze what you read. Fragment. Okay. Number 4, I don't understand this class. When she tutors me, I understand fine. Okay, what's that? That is a run-on. Run-on sentence. Okay. Number 5, when you're finished with homework and ready to take a break. What is that sentence? Number 5 is a fragment. Okay. Number 6, Thomas started his job last Monday and he really likes his boss. That is correct. All right. Number 7, although he studied hard, he is still worried he will fail the final. That is correct. Although Mary has been my best friend for a long time, that is a fragment. All right. Number 9, it's been so long since I went to the beach. I cannot wait to go. That is correct. All right. John signed up for training because he thought it would be interesting and help him on the job. John signed up for training because he thought it would be interesting and help him on the job. That is run on. Okay. Number 11, meet me after class. I want to talk to you about attendance. That is correct. All right. And number 12, her husband loves to cook. However, he does not leave cleaning up to the kitchen afterwards. Okay. All right. So next, we already did this activity just now, so we'll continue to go. Subject verb agreement intro. The subject in a sentence is a noun and pronoun doing the action. The dog caught the ball. The object in the noun and pronoun receiving the action. The dog caught the ball. The verb is the action or link between subject and objective. The dog caught the ball. A singular subject must have a singular verb, while plural subjects has a plural verb. There are 3 steps. You must identify the subject, identify whether it is a singular or plural, and then identify and write a singular or plural verb. Hint: unlike plural nouns, plural verbs do not add on s at the end. On the contrary, single verbs often add an s. To determine whether a verb is singular or plural, decide whether you would use he or she or they before the verb. He talks equals singular. They talk equal plural. Right? And then memory device. Singular words that have an S on the verb. Plural verbs have none usually. Okay? And there are 7 basic subject-verb agreement rules, 5 singular and 2 plural. There are 6 irregular SVA rules for singular and plural. SVA is just short for subject-verb agreement. Okay? All right, and so we're going to go over right here this slide with 3 rules. Singular subject-verb agreement review. Rule 1. Use a singular verb when 2 singular subjects are connected by the following words: or, nor, either, or, neither, nor. Okay? My aunt or my uncle is arriving by train today. Neither Juan nor Cameron is available. Either Kaina or Casey is helping today with stage decorations. Rule 2. When I is one of the two subjects connected by either or neither nor, put I second and use the singular verb am. Neither she nor I am going to the festival. Okay? And rule number 3, use the singular verb whenever either or neither is a subject. Neither of them is available to speak right now. Either of us is capable of doing the job. Okay? And we have rule 4. The following pronouns are singular: each, everyone, everyone, everybody, anyone, anybody, someone, and somebody. Side note, everyone means everybody, while everyone means each one. Okay? When the above pronouns are the subject of a sentence, ignore whatever comes after, of, and use a single verb. Okay? Each of the girls sings well. Every one of the cakes is gone. Okay? Rule 5. Use a single verb with sums of money or periods of time. $10 is a high price to pay. $5 is the maximum sentence for that offense. 5 years is the maximum sentence for that offense. All right, now we're going to move on to plural subject-verb agreement review. Rule 1, when a singular and plural subject are connected by or, nor, either or, neither nor, put the plural subject last and use a plural verb. Okay? The serving bowl or the plates go on that shelf. Neither Jenny nor the others are available. Rule 2. Use the plural verb with 2 or more subjects when they are connected by and. A car and bike are my means of transportation. Okay, so now we'll move on to irregular subject-verb review. Rule 1. When the subject is separated from the verb by words such as along with, as well as, besides, and not, ignore these expressions when deciding the verb. Okay, so the first for Rule 1 example, the politicians, along with the newsmen, are expected shortly. Second one, excitement, as well as nervousness, is the cause of her shaking. Rule 2. The expression the number is followed by a singular verb with the expression a number is followed by a plural verb. Okay, so for the first example for rule number 2, the number of people we need to hire is 13. Second example for rule number 2, a number of people have written in about the subject. Rule 3. If a sentence starts with here or there, the subject follows the verb. There are 4 hurdles to jump. Plural subject equals 4 hurdles. There is a high hurdle to jump. Singular subject equal a hurdle. Okay, and so now we have rule 4. If the pronouns who, that, and which appear in the middle of a sentence, the singular or plural noun directly before the pronoun is the subject. So for example, Selma is the scientist who writes the report. Okay. Rule number 5. Collective nouns such as a team and staff may be either singular or plural depending on the use in that sentence. So for example, the staff is in a meeting. Staff is acting as one singular unit. Okay. Second, the staff are in disagreement. Staff are acting as separate individuals. Okay. Note. So All right. So the SAT considers none. It always be a single word only. Okay, and now we have rule 6. With portion words, percent, fraction, part, majority, all, remainder, none, the noun after of is the singular or plural subject. So, side note, hyphenate all spelled out fractions. Okay, here we go with some examples here, and we'll go over them now. Okay, so 50% of the pie has disappeared. 50% of the pie have disappeared. 1/3 of the city is unemployed. 1/3 of the people are unemployed. All of the pies are missing. Some of the pie is missing. None of the garbage was picked up. None of the sentences were punctuated correctly. Alright guys, so subject verb agreement, practice 1. We're going to label the subject as singular, S, P as in plural, and C for the correct verb. Okay, so we'll label S for singular, P for plural, and C if it's the correct verb. Alright? He or she, look or looks. Either Kim or Sam, smile, smiles. Neither the student nor I is or am. Okay? The desk or the chairs, look or looks. The dog and the cat play, plays. Cake as well as pie, taste, tastes. Besides summer, spring is or are. Every one of the families hope or hopes. Everybody wins. Neither think or thinks. 25% of people was or were. A large fraction of the population think or thinks. None of the pie melt or melts. All of the meals taste or tastes. 10 years looks. So take a couple of minutes to complete this. All right. And so now we have the answer key just so we can move on. He or she looks in singular. Number 2, either Kim or Sam smells. That's S for singular. Neither the student nor I am is singular. The desk or the chairs look is plural. The dog and the cat play, which is plural. Cake as well as pie taste is singular. Is plural. Besides summer, spring is singular. Every one of the families hope, which is plural. Everybody wins, which is singular. Neither thinks is singular. 25% of people were P, which is plural. A large fraction of the population thinks, which is singular. None of the pies melt, which is plural. All of the meal tastes. And 10 years looks, singular. Okay, so good job if you answered those. Okay. And this is another example what we went over already. And here's the answer key for that. Okay. So he and she look, plural. Neither mom nor dad smiles, singular. Either my parents or I am, singular. Neither of us or you look, plural. Kelly along with Emily play, plural. Summer, not winter, was. Each of the students is, singular. Everyone hopes, singular. Anyone wins, singular. 10% of humans think, plural. A small fraction of restaurants were, plural. A majority of dogs look, plural. Some of the families smile, plural. A number of cats jump, plural. $20 feels, singular. Okay. All right, and now we have subject-verb agreement practice 3. Label the subject as singular or plural and circle the correct verb. Okay. Either the teacher in the school or headmaster blank going to have to make a decision. Okay. So either the teacher in this school or the headmaster blank going to have to make a decision. Okay. Some of the votes blank miscounted. So it would be were or was. Okay. The hurricanes that tear down this state every fall blank very dangerous. So is it are or is? Everyone selected to pay on this team blank to be willing to spend a lot of time training. Again, everyone selected to play on this team blank to be willing to spend a lot of time training. Will it be have or has? Number 5. He seems to forget that there blank things to be done before he can get good grades. Is it are or is? Okay, and here's the answer key for that activity. Just double check your work. Okay, look over that. I'll give you guys about a minute. Just look over this just to make sure it makes sense to you. Take some notes. Alright guys, well this completes our subject-verb agreement, fragments and run-on sentences lesson. Please remember you're able to watch this as many times as you would like in order to grasp all the details. And so you can be able to double check your subject-verb agreement and your sentences as you're writing just to make sure it is correct. Thanks again, and you guys have an awesome day.